The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Check. Out. 6-6. Pull it high. Kill. Showing it. Leave Griffin.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Ready.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Yep. 3 down. X3. 218. Chop it. Hey, box drop. Hit it.
2nd and 10. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go with a keeper. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Come on, set. 10-2 saw. You. Switch it. Get it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Mike's 50.
Five.
Go Mike 50. I don't even know why this team showed up. Mike 50.
2nd and 11. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
28. Mike, 28.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. 56. 61, man down.
They'll run on first down. Winters, room here to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On the ready.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
56, Mike, 56. Come off the ball.
From the gun, Forbes. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Topper.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this dig, has got to be priority 1.
On second down, Winters. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 36.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Back to throw. Forbes. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Operating from the gun, Forbes. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Check 6 guard. Check 99.
Yes, yes.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And an alley to run. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. We're scoreless after 1. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, Forbes. Throwing right, and that's complete. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On first down, Winters. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They're going to look to throw. Going deep here for Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought we were going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Set 70, Indy. Hey, wahoo! 51 to Mike, boy, 51. I got one. Mike, you draw quarters. 51. Watch the curve. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Forbes. It's caught. Smith. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd and 4.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Now.
51, Mike 51. Right here.
Hey, high 7. Switch. Protein spill. 51's the Mike. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
You go tight. You're out. Pass it down.
Here's Freeman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Jets on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Mike 28. Watch the pass.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He's got Allen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator.
Big stop, G.
Go.
Let's go.
Hey, Haywood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Second and 15. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now it's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Break.
Watch Mike. Let's go one more. Quit talking about it and bring it.
5.
Second and 2. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
What we got? Check three. Can't
Go.
They toss to Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Throwing again. Forbes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
3 down, 3 down.
Throwing on first down. Forbes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. From the gun, Forbes. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a second and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
He's coming. Check in. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The intended receiver there, Allen. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Watch right. Check the out. Check the out.
Hey, Delta.
2nd and 5. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Forbes. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the run.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I know he ain't got it.
General West.
Lucky. Joker.
Hey, seam 6.
Number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This will be caught at about the 6. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Let's go now.
They'll come out in the pistol. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Go.
They'll throw now on the final play to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards. Up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ready.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
6-6, bullet high.
To throw on 2nd down. Forbes. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Watch 84. Watch 84. He's got 61. Matchbox light. Hey, Foxtrot. Snap.
To throw on 3rd down. Forbes. Flushed out right. And that's caught by Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Herb Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Marr on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Cowboys 14, Jets 10.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Rush in. Rush in. Rush defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Forbes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Ready, ready.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, you got 3.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tight is right. Watch tight.
From the gun, Forbes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
It's 2nd down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Forbes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Forbes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 52. Here we go. No, check that. We're on Mike 52, right? Get it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Mike 28. I got one.
On the ball, shoot.
They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distance.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Forbes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Down, 50, plant.
Watch that in, right.
On 3rd down, Forbes. The open man is Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
86. Oh, 86. Trips. Check.
Greystone, travel.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 25. Send the receiver.
From the gun, Forbes. Flush to his right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Forbes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
1-yard gain.
3 quarters in the books. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Go, go. 28, Mike, he's coming, check in. I got one.
2nd and 9 now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Tight right. 4 down. Yep. Go. Mike, 28.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return will stop right around the 25. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
All day, just like that.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing.
Rush coming, and he he's taken down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
There goes a deep ball in, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. A gain there of 21 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. A pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey. 4 down.
Mike, 28. Mike, 28. Stay with
Hey, wahoo!
28. Mike, he's coming.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards the pickup there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Kill.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his pass, incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
You got 3 down.
Hey, Charlie.
Back to throw. Forbes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
52. You got nothing to
2nd and 10. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. And they take a knee. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Check back, check back.
And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This from 25 yards out. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Dallas, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.